everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Love for Intuitive Astrology. So, my name is Michelle, and I'm an intuitive astrologer, and I combine my knowledge of astrology with my intuition, and this will be reflected in this video. So, today I'm going to talk about the already last month of the year of 2025, December. And I'm going to dive into this month in general. So, the aspects, the new moon, the full moon, and then I will do the predictions for each and every single sign. And now, most accurate is your rising sign. And for additional information, you can also check your sun sign and your moon sign. Now, before I start, I just want to say thank you for everyone who has been supporting my channel, who's been leaving me these lovely messages. They mean really so much to me. And to do something back for you, we have Christmas time coming up, and I just feel like giving something back to you. So I want to do a giveaway again, and I'm going to give away two half an hour readings. Okay. If you want to participate, please write in the comments capital letters giveaway and a message you want to share with the community, a story you want to share, like just something to get into this like cozy winter vibes, right? And in the new year, so the first video in the new year, I'm gonna pick the two winners, okay? So yeah, do participate because I want to make up for the live stream that I missed because I was going to answer some of your questions, but life happened, my voice went away, and it's been just so busy that I haven't had the time to really pick a date for the live stream. Okay, I have to also feel like I'm in a energy to do that, right? So yeah, let's start with the month of December. I really like that month, okay? I really like the month of December. We had a Grand Trine in water in November, and this is still going to continue with different planets there. We're gonna have it with Mercury. We're going to have it Mercury trining Saturn and Jupiter, okay, up until the 10th of December. So this is going to continue the vibe of intuition, listening to your intuition. Now, Mercury actually stationed direct on the 29th of November. So now we have Mercury direct. It's coming out of the shadow period. So we're slowly starting to move forward again. Okay, we have a lot of planets there in Sagittarius. So we have Mars, we have the Sun, and we have Venus all in Sagittarius. So this is really an adventurous alignment. Okay, this is like wanting to go really fast. And up until the 10th, you kind of can. Okay, so follow your intuition, follow your guidance, follow your excitement because in Sagittarius season, like Sagittarius is the sign of wisdom, but this wisdom is not coming only from books. It's wisdom coming through your own experience. Hence, it is related to traveling. So, if you like to travel or make a trip somewhere, this is really the perfect time to do that. Um, Going on a hike, doing the sports that you love, okay, and doing that with your friends. You can do that by yourself. It's just this excitement. You can feel that again, right? We have a lot of fire. This brings in enthusiasm. New ideas could be coming up. So really listen to what is coming up around this time. And you have to kind of work with those opposites elements of water, which wants to reflect, which wants to think about things, right? Mercury is in Scorpio, which is really about diving deep in your thoughts, doing research, okay? And it's trining Saturn, which is more about seriousness, but it's in a water element, it's in Pisces, so it's a very spiritual alignment, but you're dedicated maybe even to like a spiritual practice, or if you are an artist, you might be dedicated to a new artistic project or getting new ideas for that. Okay, Jupiter is still retrograde. So here you really can get a lot of wisdom through, I don't know, you're going on a trip and you're sitting by the beach and you suddenly have this moment, right? This is what can happen during this alignment of the planets, okay? So you will see that it's kind of a flowy aspect. I really, really like the energy that is there up until the 10th of December. And I'm not saying after that it's going to be bad. It's not. But I'm going to explain to you what happens after and how to deal with those energies. Okay. So we have a full moon in the sign of Gemini, which will happen on the 4th of December 2025 at 13 degrees and 3 minutes. So this is again a very exciting full moon. This is about enthusiasm. Maybe you want to learn about something, read your favorite book. Maybe you're getting an idea of something new that you want to study. Okay, you've been thinking about it and you're like, this is what I want to learn about. This is what I want to know. Some of you might be traveling beginning of December. Although the whole month of December could obviously be a traveling month because some of you want to visit family. But in general, it's a great month to travel. And especially at the beginning of the month, it's a great time for reflection, activities, and fun. Time to have a little bit of fun, okay? Um, yeah, we have this full moon, and this full moon is in a square with the nodes. So we have the North Node in Pisces and the South Node in Virgo. So here, what is being asked is to find a midway. So, for example, you're going on a trip or you're going to go away for a day. And Virgo, the South Node, is asking you to plan but also to surrender because the North Node in Pisces says, like, you know what, maybe you should also surrender to whatever can happen. Like maybe you meet new people and it ends up being a different kind of day. So this energy is asking you to not control too much and stick to the plan that you had. Like make a plan, but then also be open that things might change. Same with the job, right? Like you had a plan for a project. Maybe it doesn't turn out the way you thought it would turn out, but it might even turn out better. So we all have these situations in our lives, and let me know in the comments if that happened to you, that you thought like, uh this is not how I thought something would go, or this is not the person I thought I would end up with, or the job I thought I would end up with. Like even for me, like I thought I really wanted to work in business. I mean, that was something that I had in mind. So that's what I studied, and I studied languages. I wanted to live abroad, and never in the world I thought I would become an astrologer, right? But, the universe had different plans for me. So, and now, of course, I know my chart and I know why that is. But um, sometimes we don't know. And then, if you are into astrology, you will know why you are being pushed on a certain path. So this is kind of this surprising element of surrendering, especially around this full moon in Gemini. Very exciting full moon. But yeah, let go of control because we have a lot of fire, we have a lot of water. Two signs that are not really into control, that are not really into, let's stick to the plan. This is like spontaneous. Let's do something fun and keep it spontaneous. So this is the energy that you're working with. So even at work, like kind of do your research, but let things fold into place because Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, right? And Jupiter is ruling the ninth house and Sagittarius, and this is about having faith that things will be okay. Like things are gonna work out for the best. So even just this energy of having faith in something, having faith that things are going to be okay, like no matter what is happening in your life, that things are going to be just fine. And sometimes they are teaching us something, and even the hard, and especially the hard periods in our life can teach us something, right? So I really really love this energy. We have such a strong placement with Mercury, like I said, this Grand Trine in water. It makes a loose opposition with Uranus, which creates a lot of out of the box ideas. Now we do have Mars in a square with Saturn, so it could be that life is holding you back a little bit and saying, maybe you're going too fast, okay? And that's kind of the next chapter, what we're going into, right? Because we're going to have some squares with Saturn. We're going to have the sun in a square with Saturn between the 10th of December and the 22nd, okay? And we're also going to have Saturn in a square with Venus between the 16th of December and the 24th. So I took kind of like the close degrees, right, to count with the dates, like the more intense feelings, within about 5 degrees. And this is really letting you know, like, it's like Saturn is kind of the hard teacher, right? So it's going to teach you, and we're going to look in the area of where is Sagittarius for you, and later on also where is Capricorn for you, right? Because we have also Capricorn season and the planets moving in the sign of Capricorn. We're going to look at where maybe some things can come up, like some old pains. Sun is your identity, and Saturn can bring up some insecurities, right? You can feel suddenly like you don't want to do something that maybe before you didn't have a lot of problems with, or you just didn't put so much emphasis on it. So this is the time where you can really see like what still needs healing. And honestly, we're on a journey of endless healing, right? If someone says like, I don't feel like I don't need to heal anything anymore, well, but also we shouldn't get addicted, right? To always thinking there is something wrong with us. It's more about this adventure. Like see it as Sagittarius, like see it as this adventure that more is unfolding about ourselves when we're on a journey. So more of us is being revealed, and just the excitement of, what, where does it come from? This curiosity, like, does it come from, Saturn can sometimes also be authority, father line. So anything related to that, right? We have Venus in a square with Saturn. And that can really show you like maybe issues with love or money. And they're very related, right? Because Venus is both love and money. And very often, when we don't love ourselves, we don't value ourselves, right? So it starts with self love. So here we're going to figure out maybe the things that we don't love so much about ourselves that is going to give healing. It's also about not being too impulsive, okay? Not making decisions too impulsive, because we have a lot of fire, we have water. And also we're going to have Mars in a square with Neptune. So this is going to create a bit of utopian energy. We have a lot of Neptune, and then Saturn is like, wait a minute. Make sure that you see things for the way they are, okay? Don't jump into things too fast this month, because you will be held back, or later on you're going to see like, oh, maybe I should have waited a little bit before, making a certain decision. Yeah, on the 15th of December, we're gonna have Mars in Capricorn, which is exalted here. Very good. But you're gonna feel it more after the 20th, because like I said, we have Mars in the square with Neptune, and this is like this utopian warrior like energy, but it's not super focused. Like it doesn't really focus Mars as well. So after the 20th, you're going to feel that a lot stronger when this, square is kind of disappearing. On the 24th of December, we're also going to have Venus in Capricorn, and on the 21st, also the Sun. So those three planets, first in Sagittarius, are moving all to Capricorn. But on the 19th of December, so before I go into Capricorn season, we're going to have a new moon as a sign of Sagittarius, which is going to happen at 28 degrees and 24 minutes on the 19th. And again, we have a very, very fiery placement here. But we have Venus and this new moon in a square with Saturn. So here we have this excitement of let's go, and maybe you're traveling, but make sure that you have everything in place. Like you might forget something, okay? And Saturn is making you drive back for something. So plan everything before you go. Not like super obsessive planning. Like I said, it's a weird energy where you shouldn't control too much, but also not looking into anything at all will also result into the universe holding you back and saying, okay, do you have all your stuff? Do you have everything ready? Did you buy the presents? And did you look in the right places? We also have a very Neptunian energy, okay? We have Neptune in a square with Mars, Venus, and this new moon. So it's kind of this weird energy where also you're maybe very excited for something. And then it could be that you're expecting so much, I don't know if you had this before, but that, I used to look forward to like New Year's so much. Like I wanted to go to the best party and always looked forward to it. And somehow it's always not what it seems because I was expecting so much. And then you're there and it's like, ma. And then when you're not dressed and you look terrible, it's the best. Those are the best days. And you just have so much fun. And then it turns out the best day because you didn't expect anything, right? So it can be kind of that energy that you're having this utopian feeling of, it's going to be Christmas and it's December and we have to make this really cozy. And then it's not really the way you hoped it would be. Okay. So I would say keep the expectations not super high, like mid-level. Okay. So you don't get too disappointed when things don't work out exactly the way you want to. Yeah, make sure that you have everything prepared, okay? And then just let it go, but do your preparation for whatever it is for your work because it's kind of a very active energy this month. Like you would want to run and you want to do many things, but at the same time, after the 10th, it's like Saturn is also holding you back from all the things that you want to do. Um, yeah, maybe some of you need to finish up some work and finish up some responsibilities, and you're like, it's December, I kind of want to relax. I don't want to do all those things. So there might be some responsibilities that are coming up that you maybe have to do, or you have to pick up something. Okay, just be prepared for that energy. Yeah, let's have a look at Christmas Day. Okay, I think it's fun to just. So on the 25th, we have the Sun, Mars, and Venus all in Capricorn. And we have the squares of Saturn are gone. Okay, we just have the utopian feeling of Neptune, which is totally fine for Christmas. I think it's going to be really nice and lovely. Okay, it's just a very action oriented time. So maybe you can do activities and games and things like that with your family. Okay, so it's more time for action. And some of you unfortunately have to work, or you kind of want to work. Some of you want to work out. It's kind of an intense energy. It's not really about resting that much. So best thing would be to do a walk with your family, do some activities, do some games, okay? And I always say, because some people are very fortunate to be with their family and come together, and some people are with their created family, but you can always lighten a candle for the people that are less fortunate. I really like to do that during Christmas. So lighten a candle and do a little prayer that everyone in the world might experience love and have a family, okay? Or have, their own created family. And then we have New Year's. So New Year's Eve on the 31st. Again, we have this trio of Mars, the Sun, and Venus. They're kind of dancing around each other this whole month, first in Sagittarius and then in Capricorn. So once again, but this time because we have fireworks, right? And Mars is very close to the Sun. Be careful, okay, with fire. Be careful with fire. Even with, in during Christmas with how do you say it? The fireplace. Be careful, okay? Because we do have Mars close to the sun, and we also have the bit of an intense energy, but Mercury is now in Sagittarius and it's squaring Saturn. So maybe there are things that you're not talking about or not ready to talk about, like maybe something you want to discuss or say, but because it's New Year's, you're going to be like, this is not something I want to talk about today. Okay. Or maybe you feel more silent, like you don't want to speak as much. You rather just, dance or, do activities and not so much talk about certain things. Okay. Um, yeah, we have Neptune also in a square with Mercury. So it might even be that because you don't know how to express yourself very well, that there could be some miscommunications happening, okay, with you and your family or your friends or something like that. Yeah. Or if you're traveling, right, and you're communicating with other people, that sometimes is just you're not on the same level. There could be some miscommunications happening. Now let's go to all the signs because otherwise this video is very long. And still people say, you missed this. You didn't talk about that. Well, I'm trying to cover as much as I can, but obviously it's going to take hours if I'm going to do all the exact aspects. I'm doing my best. Yeah, let me put the chart up for the first sign. Okay, almost there. So, Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So for you, we have Sagittarius season in your ninth house, okay? It's a perfect time for you to travel, okay? So we have the Sun, we have Mars, especially up until the 10th. It's going to be a great time for traveling, hiking. Some of you might like some extreme sports, backpacking, things like that. Maybe that's what you want to do around this time. We have, why is this? Okay, just, okay, there we go. Yeah, so it's in your ninth house. So this is perfect also for studying. But we do have a lot of fire, so you might be a bit like impatient, like you want to finish your book now or finish your study now, or you have this like hunger for knowledge. Don't forget, we have also a trine with Mercury. And Mercury is in your eighth house in Scorpio. So some of you want to do a lot of research, you want to know a lot of things, like you want to study and you want to know everything at the same time. It's trining Saturn and Neptune in the 12th house. So this is very much related to maybe you have interest in the, unknown or a little bit taboo subjects, or you're diving deep into certain knowledge. If you're in the medical field or you're in um, you're in spirituality, or you're doing anything related to numbers, maybe you want to figure out something big about at work for numbers, or you're an accountant, things like that. You might discover a lot of new things, or you might discover something that before you couldn't solve. Okay, we have also Mercury in a trine with Jupiter, which is in a trine with Saturn and Neptune. It's retrograde in the fourth house, so it could also be some family secrets that are coming to the surface. Okay, maybe things that about the house that are uncovered, things that you didn't know. Okay, if you bought a house, maybe there's a leak or there's something happening in the house that you didn't know. Things about your landlord. Maybe it's just question of where would you see yourself, like where would you like to live, like maybe some of you are thinking about moving. It's not just the time yet, especially after the 9th or 10th of March in 2026 is a perfect time to move when Jupiter is stationing direct. I'm not saying you can't move when it's retrograde. It's just, it's a more introspective energy, right? So it's really about, do you have all your stuff? Is everything arranged with the contracts? Like things might be a little bit more delayed, or you're forgetting, skipping certain steps. Okay, that can happen sometimes when Jupiter is retrograde as well in your natal chart. Okay, So yeah, these things can come up around this also full moon in Gemini, which will happen on the 4th of December at 13 degrees. Now, Gemini is in your third house. So again, it's a perfect time to travel, especially at the beginning of the month. It's going to be so much fun. Um, yeah, you might do certain workshops, learn about languages, or do go to like a you're going abroad to learn a certain language or to learn something. Okay, it's a very curious social month to have fun. Okay, and then we're gonna go to on the 19th of December. We have this new moon in the sign of Sagittarius at 28 degrees in your ninth house as well. And again, time for traveling, but this time we do have this square with Saturn in the 12th house. So make sure that you are prepared. It could be that you're spending a little bit too much money around this time. Okay, so make sure that you don't overspend. We have Venus and the Sun all in a square with Neptune and Saturn. So make sure to be careful of expenses, not over budgeting, like buying too many presents. Sometimes it's difficult, right? Like if you don't have the money to buy that many presents, you would have a big family, then you want to maybe spend more because you don't want to come across as you don't want to give anything. So these things could be coming up, as well as spiritually, you might uncover a lot of things that were heavy on your heart before, and they might come to the surface. So you might see, like, oh, I had no idea that had an impact on me. So it could be related because 12th house is kind of hidden, right? So it could be bringing forward some things that were in your subconscious that were hidden that you didn't know were actually impacting you. And sometimes some things have to do even with past lives, right? Like, for example, if you drowned in a past life, you might have a lot of fear with swimming, or you don't want to go into the sea or in the water. And yeah, you might uncover certain things about yourself that are going to help you move forward in life. Okay. Um, so yeah, studying, traveling, and then we have, let's see. Yes, Christmas Day. So in your 10th house. So some of you, Aries, I don't know, but you might have to work around Christmas, or your boss is going to contact you and say, some things needs to be done. And some of you decide to just keep working. Like there are just people who are like, you know what? I don't care about Christmas so much. I prefer to work. It's a very like active oriented day, and especially like you know you could get a lot of opportunities with work. Maybe your business is surrounded by Christmas, or it's just a time for you to actually make money, okay? Or you're balancing time with your family and doing some work, or at least because we're talking about the 10th house, it's a very public house, right? Like if you're in social media, you could be launching a video that's going to do very, very well for you. Or you just have to be with a lot of people, like network with a lot of people, people approaching you, and, kind of not having this super calm environment. Okay. um yeah, just make sure to relax, and because we do have the moon on the 25th also in the 12th house, so sometimes make sure that you relax and take a break, and then you go back and meet people. um yeah, same with New Year's. It's very much in the public, so you're in the public eye. Like even if you don't want to, like people might approach you or talk to you, or yeah, you might just be working. Okay. Let me get you a card for the month of December. You can get a lot of opportunities actually this month, okay? And a lot of subconscious patterns are going to be revealed to you. So listen to your feeling about money, maybe money in the job, or why maybe you felt blocked in going bigger with your work, like expanding it. I'm getting healing, healed, healer. So some of you are definitely healers that are watching. um, this is also a time where you can definitely heal a lot of things about yourself. And you know, this person below is catching light, and this is happening through surrendering, right? Like you're surrendering, and through surrender you're going to get a lot of answers. Express your individuality, allow your true self to shine, because you're awesome. Maybe this is the month where you're deciding, you know, I just want to show people who I am, and you want to do something that is more true to who you truly are, to who you really are, right? And we're having this moon on the top, so this could be related to this full moon in Gemini, which is amazing. This is great also for self-expression when it comes to communication. Maybe you're writing or speaking something around this day that really impresses people, okay? Connect with nature. Well, with so many planets in the ninth house, it's in Sagittarius, like it's in a fire sign. So maybe you want to look for the sun, or like I said, do some activities, hiking in nature. So connecting with nature is really good for you this month. Um, yeah, very active oriented. And there's a little butterfly on this card. So transformational month. There could be a lot of breakthroughs for you happening, things that you overcome. Just be careful with impulsive decisions. Make sure that you don't control too much. But also, you know, it's weird, but it's kind of asking this balance of controlling, but also surrendering and having fun in the moment. Okay. So don't work too much. Um, unless, of course, this is the time that you make money for your business. You can do actually very, very well this month. Okay. So that's my message for you, my amazing Aries. I'm wishing you all the best. And before I go, I'm doing a giveaway. I almost forgot because I surpassed 12,000 subscribers, and I'm so grateful for that. So make sure you're a subscriber, and then write in the comments capital letters giveaway, and write a beautiful message to the community, or something you want to share, a beautiful story about yourself, or just something you want to share, because we're in this, you know, beautiful last month of December. So thank you so much, and until next time. Let's continue now with Taurus. So this is for everyone who has their sun, their moon, or the rising sign in Taurus. Now, for you, we have Sagittarius season in your eighth house, okay? And eighth house is all about arranging your papers. And I know it sounds a bit boring. This is about checking if you have everything in order. So your taxes, your pension, maybe you have to go to the bank for your joint finances, and figuring all these things out. Okay. Now we have a full moon in Gemini on the 4th of December at 13 degrees in your second house. So it could be that money is coming in and you're looking for ways to distribute your money. Some of you will also look into investments. I would recommend you to invest not after the 10th, because we're going to have some squares with the sun and Venus and Saturn. Okay, so before that, it's better. After that, it's more time to do good research and to make sure that you pick the right place to invest. Okay, and I always say that, you know, do all these things on your own responsibility. Okay, so you have to always check where you invest in. But yeah, up until the 10th, you could be looking in different ways, or maybe you found an investor or someone that wants to invest in the things that you are doing. It's also a beautiful time to look into, I don't know, spirituality, different kind of subjects, doing research in certain areas, and you could be really excited about that. Okay. We have a Grand Trine in water as well. We had it in November. Now we're going to have it from Mercury. So Mercury is in Scorpio in your seventh house. It's trining Saturn and Neptune in the 11th, and Jupiter retrograde in your third house. Now we're going to have Neptune stationing direct on the 9th of December, and Saturn station direct also on the 28th of November. Okay. So here we have Jupiter in the third house, making you a bit introspect before you speak, but this actually makes you more magnetic. We have Mercury in your seventh house, okay? So some of you may be looking into more commitment. You might be talking to your partner that you're ready for more commitment, the next step. So some people will hear about an engagement, getting engaged to someone, asking someone, then Saturn is in the 11th house. So if you would announce that to your friends, some friends would like that, some maybe not so much. Saturn is really bringing forward your real friends. Saturn is teaching you, these are your true friends. And sometimes we have lesser friends than we think we have, but, a small group is sometimes even better. Better to have a small group that is faithful than have many friends. And I'm talking from experience myself as well, that when you have a lot of friends around you, or a lot of people around you, you can't always see clearly who is supporting you and who is not supporting you. Okay. But yeah, um, your communication, maybe you're writing something or doing some resits for exams in December, and you can definitely do very, very well. Just make sure that you don't rush anything. We have a lot of fire, we have a lot of water. So these two want to make you feel a bit hasty, right? But on this full moon in Gemini on the 4th of December, it's going to be in a square with the nodes as well. So it's about preparing, maybe using creativity, because we have the south node in the fifth house and the north node in the 11th. But sometimes it's good to also surrender and let your intuition, same if you do like a presentation and you write everything down, and some people like read it like this, it's not going to come across very natural. So Pisces is saying, you know what, make sure that you let it flow. Okay. So if that's something that you have to do, or you have to do some kind of preparation that you need to prepare, depends on what you're doing, of course, but that you also allow things to flow depending on your situation, obviously. But yeah, let me see. So we have a new moon in Sagittarius on the 19th of December. And this is going to be in your eighth house as well at 28 degrees. So this again will um, remind you that you need to check your paperwork. Make sure that everything is done. Any type of bills, any type of things that are not yet done, don't put it aside or do it too rushed, because we have a lot of fire, right? Sagittarius can be a bit impatient, like will think that everything will be okay, and usually it does, like, work out, especially for people who have a lot of Sagittarius in the chart. Usually things do work out, but double check, because we do have a square with Saturn. It's going to tell you, like, you have to double check. And also, not a great time to lend money to friends or organizations. Like, make sure to do research in who you pay. Like, you could be paying someone that asking a lot of money, and the value for the workshop is just not what it seems like, or you might be investing in something and it's just what they do with their money is not 100% honest. Okay. Then we have Capricorn season in your ninth house. Okay. And this is a great time for traveling, Taurus. So if you're interested in traveling, and we have the sun, we have Mars, and then on the 24th, Venus is also joining all these planets in Capricorn. Mars is exalted here. It's going to do better after the 20th. So on the 15th, it's going in Capricorn, but after the 20th, it will be better because Mars is in a square with Neptune, and it can bring like really idealistic things. Now, for traveling, that's fine, right? And also for studying, but that you don't take on too much. That you take on too much. Some of you Taurus will travel even overseas. You might be backpacking or traveling family far away. Some of you need to travel for business. Okay, need to travel abroad for business. Um, yeah, and you might really enjoy it, but it could also be like I said, we have a lot of Neptunian vibes. So make sure that your expectations are not so high that it's gonna be disappointing. But at the same time, it can be very much fun, and it's a great time to stay active. Okay, it's not a great time to sit still. Well, New Year's, we're gonna have the same planetary alignment. Now we have Mercury and Sagittarius in a square with Saturn. So you might be feeling a bit more shy, or you just really want to be more in activities like having fun than really uh, share a lot of stories, or at least share a lot about yourself. Or you feel like maybe even the friends that you're with, or your friends that you feel a bit uncomfortable in your friend group. And you're going to have to figure out why you're feeling that way. Okay. So let me get you some cards, Taurus. Let me get you some cards. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, so I'm getting pregnancy. Like, now don't worry if that's not what you want, or that's not something you want on the cards, because we do have the South Node in the fifth house, right? This could also be a pregnancy of a new project. So, carrying a new baby, like a new project that you're thinking about launching, right? Because we have the North Node there in Pisces. So maybe you want to share something with the public. But yeah, some of you literally could get pregnant. Okay. Just make sure that you take it easy, that you don't overdo things. I'm getting also sun, so some of you are getting a boy, but also this could be related to your creativity. Again, like exploring creativity and making that in a business. So some of you want to make a hobby a business, Taurus. I'm getting admit your true feelings to yourself and walk away. So there might be people or someone or a situation that you're thinking about walking away from, and now this month will give you a lot of clarity. Okay, uncomfortable feelings as well, but it's gonna really show you in which area you're gonna feel a bit uncomfortable and maybe feel like walking away from. Okay, some of you might even be visiting a lover like overseas, and you're gonna have to decide, is that someone you want to continue with or not? Could be related to your friends, because Saturn is in the 11th house. Yeah, or some of you are even thinking about walking away from a romantic situation. Okay, but listen to your feelings. You will know when you feel like you're walking on eggshells and it's been like that for a long time, when you don't feel safe, or you always have to doubt if someone is faithful to you, if they really mean what they say and they say what they mean. So think about that, okay? If someone keeps making you feel so uncomfortable, then maybe that's not the right person to hang out with or to be in a relationship with. So think about that. The month of December will reveal a lot to you, and things will become more clear. I always say, don't make hasty decisions. Always think things through really well. I cannot look into everyone's situation, so always listen to your intuition. And what would a person do? I always say, what would a person do that really loves themselves? We have Venus square Saturn this month, so it's good, especially in the mid month. And here you're going to look at, what would you do if you really love yourself, right? What would you do if you really love yourself? And what would you say to someone else for advice if that's, reverse the situation? And that often gives you the answer. So that's my message for you, my lovely Taurus. Now, if you want to participate in my giveaway, okay, I do a giveaway because I surpassed 12,000 subscribers, and I'm so grateful for all of you. I'm going to do 2 half-an-hour readings giveaway. And you write in the comments, capital letters giveaway, and a message to the community, a story about yourself that you want to share. I would love to hear from you. And in January, I'm going to announce the winners. Okay, January in the video, I'm going to announce the winners. So keep an eye on my channel and make sure that you're a subscriber. Okay. So thank you so much, Taurus. And until next time, let's move on to Gemini. So Gemini, sun, moon, and rising. So yeah, we have Sagittarius season in your seventh house. So this is a beautiful time for romance, commitment, okay? And we have Mars there, we have Venus. So this could be a time where you want to do activities together and yeah, really reconnect. We have this full moon in your sign on the 4th of December at 13 degrees in your first house. So for some of you, this could be a time that you could meet someone new. So if you're single and you're looking, keep your eyes open, have fun, enjoy. Okay. We also have a Grand Trine in water, and Mercury is in, and the Grand Trine in water will be up until the 10th of December. Okay. It's in your sixth house in Scorpio. Mercury is in your sixth house. So you might be doing good research for work and you might have some good breakthrough there as well. Same as with your health. You might be figuring out a diet or you might hear some result health wise that's going to bring you on the right path. Okay. It's in a trine with Saturn and Neptune in the 10th house. Now, Neptune stationed direct on the 9th of December is stationing direct on the 9th of December, and Saturn by the end of November stationed direct. So it's perfect. And it's trining also Jupiter retrograde in the second house. Okay. So, new money, there could be a new money breakthrough, right? When it comes to doing research or the thing that you're investigating, maybe next year when Jupiter is going to be direct, is going to bring you a lot of money. Okay. So, there's something that you're unfolding or something maybe there's already a talk that you're going to get a certain promotion, and with Saturn in the 10th house, promotion can mean sometimes more responsibilities as well. And Saturn will move out of your 10th house, so after the 13th of February you're definitely going to feel a lot lighter when it comes to work. Okay, but yeah, beginning of the month, look out for love up until more or less again the 10th, because we're going to have the sun in a square with Saturn up until the 22nd of December. We're going to also have Saturn square Venus. Okay, so this is really, maybe you've met someone and you're starting to doubt, like, am I good enough? Can I do this? For people who are already coupled, beginning of the month is great for more commitment, talking about more commitment, or just having a really great time together. Okay. But yeah, you might have some doubts suddenly, like, yeah, am I good enough? Can I do this? Should I do this? Okay. There's a new moon in Sagittarius on the 19th of December, which is going to be in your seventh house as well at 28 degrees. And like I said, that will be in a square with Saturn and also with Neptune. So this is also about your business partnership. So if you're collaborating with anyone, there could be some difficulty, maybe some disagreement, like someone wants things this way and the other person wants it that way. It could be that work is taking up a lot and your partner is like, I'm also here at home. It's December, like we should be together. So there could be some difficulty with making decisions, like spending time with your partner or, pleasing the boss at work. Or maybe you have your own company and you just need to do some work. So, yeah, there might be some disagreement happening over there. Then we have Capricorn season on the 21st of December in your eighth house. And yeah, this sounds a bit boring, but this is really also about arranging some of your paperwork. If anything is out of order, just make sure to double check. It's also very intense, right? Like maybe you just met someone and you're having a really intense time together, you're connecting. Make sure that you're not going too quick, okay? Because we have a lot of fiery energy. Even Mars in Capricorn is exalted. And after the 20th, so it will be in Capricorn on the 15th of December, but after the 20th, it's going to be away from this square with Neptune, which makes things a bit more idealistic, and you might like make decisions that you normally wouldn't make. Okay, there's a bit of an impulsive energy, so make sure that you don't regret it later, that you take things one step at a time. We have Uranus so close to your sign. It's going to go back in your sign on the 25th of April. Yeah, 25th of April 2026, but it's still very close to your Sun Moon rising if you're an early degree, okay? So you might feel this kind of this restless energy that you already feeling like it's almost like you want to break through, like you want to rebel or you want to go a new direction. So especially if you're an early birthday or early degree, Gemini, you're gonna feel that way, okay? So yeah, a lot of intense energy. Um, maybe, well, if you are in a surgeon or you are an accountant or working with investments, things like that, work might be calling you by the end of this month, okay? But also, this is a time to unravel something. So, if there is something you want to know, like taboo subjects or doing research in a certain area, you might get a breakthrough moment and really find out certain things, okay? But don't make too impulsive decisions because that might be there on the cards, okay? Talking about cards, let's get you a card, okay? For my lovely Gemini. Vegetarian. So maybe some of you are deciding to become vegetarian or you are vegetarian already. It could be that you're deciding to eat a bit less meat or fish. Like this is not a channel of judgment, okay? I'm not telling anyone to do something because you have to listen to your body. And every person has needs for a different diet. So I always feel like if I make a choice that is something that I want to do, I cannot force that on other people. People have to decide for themselves what diet is best for them. We don't know anyone's backstory, okay? Sometimes people really have to eat certain things because their body is collapsing or they have something going on, right? So just because, for example, I'm vegetarian doesn't mean that other people have to do that. So make sure if you become vegetarian that you respect others because people go in their own time with what their body is asking from them, okay? Same with the spiritual growth. Like you can't force growth on someone that's not ready. Patience, please. So maybe maybe you become a bit impatient this month. Like you want things to happen, you want things to know things. Um but everything happens at the right time, okay? Like maybe you meet someone new and you're like, oh, I want to know what's going on, or you have this exciting project in your mind, but make sure to take it one step at a time, especially after the 10th of December. Take it one, not too quick. I'm getting travel and I'm getting autumn. Like some of you travel in autumn or you're going to travel in autumn. Autumn can be your birthday, okay, if you're rising Gemini. We have travel here. An upcoming trip proves to be life-changing in positive ways. So some of you might be traveling with your partner. This could be life-changing for some of you, okay? Seeing a lot of things lighting up. And it could even just be that this month is giving you more clarity on what it is that you want to attract, right? Because sometimes what we think we need is not always what we really need. So um, be clear on what it is that you want. But it's a perfect time to have a bit of fun, but don't jump into things too quickly. Anything that you're doing this month, okay? But yeah, if you are a surgeon or you're, working in a hospice or things like that, you might be having some really breakthrough moments in your work that are going to be very memorable for you. So that's my message for you. If you want to participate in the giveaway that I'm going to do, because I surpassed 12,000 subscribers and I'm so grateful for all of you. I'm going to give 2 half-an-hour readings away. So you can write in the comments, capital letters, giveaway. And you write a message for the community. You can share a story. You can just share anything you want to share for December, or if you want to wish people well, something like that. Just leave it in the comments below. Also, make sure you're a subscriber. And then in January, I'm going to pick 2 people that are going to be the winners. And I'm going to meet you very soon on Zoom. Okay. So thank you so much, Gemini. Let's move on to Cancer. So Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So for you, we have Sagittarius season in your sixth house, okay? And we have Mars, we have the Sun, and we have Venus in your sixth house. So this is a time where you kind of want to move, Cancer. You want to do some sports, you want to move, you want to, it's hard to sit still, okay? Especially up until the 21st, more or less the 21st, but the beginning of the month is going to be quite a restless energy for you. You could get some good news also about your health, um, or if not, because in the middle of the month, so between more or less the 10th of December and the 24th, we're going to have placements of Sun and Saturn, Sun square Saturn and Venus square Saturn. Okay. And Saturn is in the ninth house. So you might figure out why certain health problems are happening. Okay. So it could be coming forward, and then you know what to do with that. Like maybe you need a new diet, maybe you're allergic to gluten or something like that. And then you're like, okay, I need to have a new routine. Okay. But you're gonna be excited about it. Um, yeah, you have Saturn in the ninth house, so because it's squaring these planets in the sixth, it could be that you're traveling and you're like, oh, with this new diet, I'm not sure if I'm able to manage, right? And December in general is quite a month of food and eating. Um, but yeah, we also have to treat ourselves sometimes. But if your body is saying no, then we have to listen to that, right? There's a Grand Trine in water up until the 10th of December, and it goes from your Mercury in your fifth house, right? And especially if you have a sun, moon, and rising around like 25, between 20 and 27 degrees, you will be highly impacted by this Grand Trine in water. Cancer, really, because Jupiter is in your first house and it's retrograde. This is a time for you to introspect. It's about finding happiness within, right? Saturn went direct by the end of November, and Neptune is stationing direct on the 9th of December. So we have this flowy energy that is going to bring in new ideas for you. Mercury in the fifth house could be you doing research on your creative project. You're doing research on maybe something that you wish to do, like ideas that might be coming up during a trip that you're having. Um, Certain breakthroughs are going to happen. It could be a great conversation in general with your kids. They might bring new ideas to you that you can use for your own projects, right? Because a lot of times uh, our kids are the teachers, okay? Are teaching you something. It's a great time for meditation and going with the flow, or if you are an artist or doing anything artistic, right? Photography or design, or you're a painter, then this is a beautiful time, okay? Have good routines, so stick to your routines and just put on some music and go with the flow, and you can create a lot of beautiful things, okay? Also a time for romance, like coming together. Maybe you're doing research together, having deep conversations. This is the time to do that. Now, after the 21st, we're going into Capricorn season, which is going to be in your seventh house. And this is a great time to, because later we're going to have also Mars. Well, Mars is going in Capricorn, exalted from the 15th of December, but it's going to be even stronger after the square with Neptune is gone, because Neptune can bring a bit of utopian energy as well. So if you're meeting anyone new, which can happen for some of you Cancers, if you're single, make sure that you take your time, because we have some tough placements as well. Mid-month between the Sun and Venus, and it's going to be squaring Saturn in the ninth. Okay, so might be that you're traveling together and you figure out that maybe you want different things from your trip, or the universe is asking you to slow down a little bit, like don't jump into anything new so quickly. Okay. Then we have a new moon in the sign of Sagittarius, and I was skipping this new moon, so I'm going back before Capricorn season. which is going to happen on the 19th of December. And it's going to be in your sixth house as well. So again, highlighting health. Um, like I said before, it's going to square Neptune and Saturn in the ninth house. So maybe work is holding you back from traveling, or you have to travel for work, or on your trip, you still have to finish some things, okay? Some things for work. And yeah, diet. Maybe also watch your pets this month. Maybe you're getting a new pet and you need to watch it, or also watch the health of your pets, okay? So we have a few cards here. I'm getting the vegetarian card, and I got this card also for, I think for Gemini. And some of you are becoming vegetarian, and I think it's so important that even if you're vegetarian, that you let other people be free in their own choices, right? Like we have to give people space to choose which diet fits them best. So if you choose a gluten-free diet, or you choose not to eat fish or something like that, you can inform people and say all the benefits, but ultimately they have their own decision, right? But some of you might be thinking about reducing some meat or fish, or you're just going for a more plant-based diet. I'm getting perfect timing. So I feel like some of you feel like some things take a long time, and this is the right time for you to move forward. So if you were waiting for something, like maybe now is the right time to start. Okay, start looking, start maybe even for a job as well, because Sagittarius season is in your sixth house. So maybe you want to look for a job. Do your research, and it could be taking a bit longer, right? Even the interview process might be taking a bit longer. Getting a birthday, so there might be a significant birthday. This could be yours if you're a Cancer moon or rising, but a significant birthday could be bringing you maybe some connections. Getting some exercise. This is what we just talked about, right? So getting more exercise is really important for you this month. As your body becomes stronger, you begin to feel stronger in many ways. So when we eat healthier, when we feel better, and then you've got the power. So this is a very empowering month for you. And maybe because you feel so magnetic and you feel so good, there could also be love coming in for you, Cancer. So very exciting month. I'm gonna leave it at that. If you want to participate in the giveaway that I'm doing, because we me and my spiritual team, no, um, we surpassed 12,000 subscribers. So I'm so happy, so grateful for your support, for your love. So I'm gonna do two half-an-hour giveaways. How can you win that? Leave a comment below, capital letters, giveaway, and write a message for the community. So, something nice that you want to share. And I'm going to announce the winners in the new videos in the new year of 2026. I'm going to pick two people that I'm going to do a half-an-hour reading with. So keep an eye on my videos. Make sure you're a subscriber. And until next time, thank you so much. Let's move on to Leo. So Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. For you, we have Sagittarius season in your fellow fire sign in the fifth house. Now, a very, very beautiful time. Creative projects. You're going to feel this excitement. Like some of you actually might see some breakthrough as well in creative projects, or if you're on social media. Some of you might be lucky with, you know, lottery. I'm not really into those things, so I'm going to name it just for the sake of it, but it will only be that way up until the 10th, okay? Because after that, we're going to have a square with the Sun and Venus, okay? Square with Saturn. So that's going to hold things back a little. And we have, your Saturn in the eighth house. So not a great time for investments. And if you win some money, if you're the lucky one that wins a lot of money, make sure that you put it in the right place right now, because investments is not the best time, especially for Leo risings, okay? But we're going to have a full moon in the sign of Gemini on the 4th of December in your 11th house. Fantastic time just to have fun, Leo. Just have fun. This is a time to meet your friends, to go for a dance, to enjoy yourself, to do activities. to go with your partner, or you're single, you can even meet someone new around this time. This is just a time to relax and enjoy, okay? Especially this full moon. It can be really fun. There's not a lot of difficult placements. We have a Grand Trine in water. Mercury is going to be in your fourth house in Scorpio. It's trining Saturn and Neptune. Neptune stations direct on the 9th of December. And it's also in a trine with Saturn and Jupiter in the 12th. Okay. So this is a very spiritual placement. You could get a lot of downloads. Life could be flowing. There could be some answers coming in about a mortgage if you're buying a house, okay? So, or maybe you're dealing with certain contractors or loans or whatever. You could be getting some news about that around that up until the 10th, okay? But if you're on the spiritual journey, or if you're creative, you could be really having some of your best works, okay? If you're a singer or you're an actor, this could be a time where you can get a lot more name and fame, okay? Um, then we have a new moon in Sagittarius on the 19th of December in your fifth house as well. It is squaring Saturn, so it's about not skipping steps, okay? Don't be too impulsive. If you meet someone new as well, take it one step at a time, because you're feeling so excited and you really want to get like want to do a lot of things, right? We have a lot of planets in a trine with yours. Okay, this especially this new moon is gonna impact you if you are around 28-degree Leo. It's gonna bring a lot of creativity, a bit of impatience. So take it one step at a time. We have Capricorn season starting on the 21st in your sixth house. We have Mars going in your sixth house on the 15th of December, and also Venus adding on the 24th. This is a great time to work out. Okay. You probably can't sit still. And it's a weird energy to have for Christmas. Like maybe you're going to be having a run in the morning, and then you're going to have dinner or lunch with your family or your self-created family. Okay. But you're going to feel active. Like some of you even might be working during Christmas. Like you have so many ideas. You're really excited. Um, it's a very powerful energy. It's not really a sitting still energy. Also, be sure that you don't overeat, okay? Or because we have Mars there as well. So it's like this really intense energy, okay? And then later, because it's in Capricorn, it's gonna punish itself. Like I'm gonna do so many sports. So balance things, because there's so much intensity that wants to go somewhere this month. But yeah, best time to do activities with your family during Christmas, okay? It's not really a good time to only sit still. It's good for a walk. Maybe you can go into the forest, walk with your dog, right? Six houses, also your pets. So yeah, that will be feeling a lot. You're gonna feel a lot better with that. Yeah, this full moon in Gemini is also in a square with the nodes. So the south node in the second house and the north node in the eighth house. So watch your finances, okay? Don't overspend, Leo. Too many presents or too many things, okay? Watch your budget and see what is possible for you. Oh, that's very funny. That's ooh, oh. Patience, please. I'm getting the card patience, please. So make sure to not be too hasty or too impulsive with certain decisions. Think before you do something, okay? Very, very important. I'm getting practice, practice, practice. So some of you are practicing a new skill, like a new skill that you're developing. With daily practice, you can polish your skills and talents and increase your confidence, okay? So whatever comes up mid December and you're feeling like you're lacking confidence in a certain area, like just make sure that if you practice, you will get better. Okay. It's normal to make mistakes. Like everyone makes mistakes, right? And you learn with time. So I have flower power. So spending time in nature or buy yourself some flowers this month, like surround yourself with some flowers. I think it can add like a really nice element to your house. I think you even have this like Christmas flowers or maybe a Christmas tree and decorate that. Um, Increase your personal healing power. or just walk outside and connect, right? If there's any flowers outside, because not all flowers are going to survive in winter, right? Depending where your location is. So that would be my message for you, my amazing Leo. If you want to participate in my free giveaway, I surpassed 12,000 subscribers, and I'm so super grateful for all of you. So if you want to participate, write in the comments capital letter giveaway and a lovely message for the community, something you want to share. Okay. And in January, I'm going to announce the two winners. Like, make sure that you are subscribed. And yeah, maybe I'll speak to you one day on Zoom and do this reading for you. Okay. So wishing you all the best. Happy New Year. And yeah, until next time. So let's move on to Virgo. So Virgo, sun, moon, and rising. So first we start off with Sagittarius season in your fourth house. Okay. So there's a lot of intense energy. We have Venus, we have Mars, we have the sun all in your fourth house. So maybe you want to do some workout in the home. Okay. Because if you're sitting still, you're going to feel restless. Maybe you want to clean the house. You want to get prepared for when family is coming over or your friends, redecorate the place, like reorganize your house. If you're a Christmas fanatic, then you want to decorate things. This is time to be a bit active in the home. Okay. We have a full moon in Gemini on the 4th of December at 13 degrees in your 10th house. So there could also be some good news about your work. Like maybe you worked so hard on something. Um, yeah, and some of you even are working from the home, okay, as well. And keep working during Christmas. Not for all of you, but we do have a lot of active energy also in Capricorn season, which I'm going to talk about soon. So it could even be that you're moving this month. Like some of you are moving for a job as well. But yeah, good news with work could come around this full moon. We have a Grand Trine in water. We had this in November, and we still have this in December up until the 10th. And it's connected with Mercury in Scorpio in your third house. So this creates a very good research skills. And it's trining Saturn and Neptune in the seventh. Now, Saturn went station direct end of November. Neptune will station direct 9th of December, okay, in the seventh house. So you could have a good communication with your partner, your business partner. Jupiter is in the 11th house, so it could be related to something you're launching together. You could be having a good conversation with your friends. Um, but yeah, you might want to do research on something as well. Like if you keep working, do research, but there might be a big breakthrough moment. It could also be the time that you get clarity on relationships. Like if you haven't met anyone yet or you're single, you could have more clarity on what it is that you want. Okay. We also have some squares this month between more or less the 10th and the 22nd of December. We have the Sun and Venus in a square with Saturn in the seventh house. So um, it's going to really make you think about what it is that you want, and maybe the patterns that are preventing you from even just, why your relationship isn't working out, or what is missing in the relationship, or what it is that you need. Like very often people don't know what they actually need, and they want other people to feel that. And this is a good time to have a conversation. Like, this is what I need. Like sometimes we have to point it out. Like it's really hard to guess. Like if you're very intuitive, you might guess, but maybe what is important to us, like they say, like the love languages, right? What is important for others might not be important for you. So make sure that you say what you need. We also have this full moon in Gemini, squaring the nodes. North node is in the seventh house and the south node is in the first house. Okay. So don't forget yourself in a relationship or in a business partnership. Make sure to also say what it is that you need. Okay. Even though if you're supporting someone else, you shouldn't kind of put yourself away. Okay. Because I know, Virgo, a lot of you do that sometimes, that you forget about yourself. we have Capricorn season in a beautiful trine with your sun, moon, and rising. And we have all these three planets. So we have Mars, we have the sun, and we have Venus moving in your fifth house. Beautiful time for romance. Okay. So if you are looking for love, okay, we have Mars also exalted in the fifth house. So great time for creative projects. That's what I'm saying. Like some of you are gonna work actually. And with Capricorn in the fifth house, some of you make your hobby your job or in the process of doing so. It's a very good time to polish your skills to get really good at something. So the end of the month is really about activities. Maybe you know, on the day of Christmas, if you celebrate that, it's not a day for everyone to sit still. It's a good day to walk in nature, to do activities, games together, to have fun. Okay. Maybe you can show your skills even to your family. Okay. We have a new moon in Sagittarius on the 19th of December, which is going to be in your fourth house. So again, putting focus on the home, family. Um, Maybe some things could come up between your partner and your family, or some patterns that you're seeing, like, ooh, yeah, I can see that in my partner. Like, very often we pick a partner that is similar to our family. And if you have a really lovely family, that's no problem, right? But if you were born in a tumorless family, then we have to break certain cycles to understand what it is that we're attracted to, right? Because otherwise, you're going to keep attracting the same people. And I can really say that I've been through that. Like, I've really attracted people that were like very similar to what I was used to. And that was not good. Those were not healthy relationships. So I first had to heal myself and see what was missing within me, and then a healthy relationship could come, right? So let's see about December. Great time for, wow, holiday. Like some of you are going on a holiday, gonna have some fun. The answer you're looking for can be found during a holiday, retreat, or a getaway. So you're getting some breakthroughs, maybe some answers that, you know, during your holiday. Getting daughter. Some of you are expecting as well. This is a time like for getting pregnant or, you know, expecting. Some of you have a daughter that you're going to have great conversations with. It's time to have fun with your children, especially by the end of the month. Okay. Do some fun activities with your children. Take them, you know, depending on their age. Like if they're older, go for dinner or have some connection with them, with your child, not just with your daughter, but with all your children. Okay. Um, Dietary change. Well, that's with a lot of people, right? After December. Improve your diet and your life will also improve. Well, you have Pluto there in the sixth house. So some of you have to really look for a diet that is suiting for you. So Pluto usually takes you into extremes, like eating extremely healthy and then letting go too much, right? It's about finding this midway, this balanced way of eating that is going to help you in the job, that's going to help you feel good, okay? Your wish is granted. So something you've been wishing for might just be happening in December, okay? So um what is it that you really want? Maybe just become clear on something that you really want, because when we're not clear on something, it's really hard to to get it in our lives, right? Because there's manifestation and there's also taking action, right? Because sometimes we hear about if we just want it, it's gonna come, but it's not really working that way. You have to take action on something. You have to see your karmas, right? We can see that with astrology. So, what are the obstacles that are preventing you from actually getting the things that you want? So, there's so much more to that. So, become clear on what you want, see what is preventing you from getting there, and also how can you take action towards that? Because you have to become really clear, like, this is what I want. So, that's step number one, become clear first. Okay, Virgo? So that's my message for you. Now I have just surpassed 12,000 subscribers, and because I'm so freaking grateful for all of you, I'm gonna do a giveaway. So 2 half-an-hour readings. And if you want to participate, write in the comments giveaway, capital letters, and a message for the community, some story you would like to share. I would love to hear from you. And maybe some blessings you want to send to other people, whatever you want to share. I'm gonna pick 2 people in the month of January in the video. So make sure that you're subscribed so you can participate in this giveaway. So thank you so much, Virgo. And until next time, let's move on to Libra. So Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So for you, we have Sagittarius season in your 3rd house. And we have the Sun, we have Mars, we have Venus, all there in the 3rd house. So it's going to make your brain quite active, okay? You're going to have lots of good ideas. It's a great time for traveling. Okay, Sagittarius season is a great time for traveling, and especially this full moon in Gemini, which will happen on the 4th of December, okay, at 13 degrees in your 9th house. So traveling, studying, reading your favorite books, following a workshop that you're like people that you're really interested in, reading books, anything that leads your curiosity, like looking at documentaries that really interest you. It's really a time for excitement. If you want to write anything down, maybe write some exciting plans, things you want to do in 2026. It's a beautiful time to write, to speak, to teach. So maybe you're the teacher teaching something to other people. Maybe you want to become a teacher, okay? A teacher of something. It's just a really good time. Jupiter is in the 10th house, it's retrograde, and it's trining Saturn and Neptune. Now, Saturn already stationed direct, same as Neptune was stationed direct on the 9th of December. And it's trining Mercury in your 2nd house in Scorpio. So there might be some really good news regarding your work. There might be more money coming in for you. It is a very kind of exciting month. Okay, so sometimes when we let go, good things can happen. We have this full moon, right, in Gemini. It was with the in a square with the nodes. Okay, so make sure to not jump into things too fast, and balance rest with taking action, because the south node is in the 12th house in Virgo, and the north node is in Pisces in the 6th house. So for your own health, don't overdo things, because you're going to be feeling so excited this month. You might be doing too many things, and that can lead to, you know, some obstacles with your health, or feeling tired. So make sure to balance it, but overall really good time for you. Okay, really good time. New ideas on how to make money. There could actually be coming in more money for you. Maybe there's some bonus from work as well. I know in the Netherlands we have this thing of a 13th month. I don't know if that's anywhere else as well, but yeah, there could be some extra money there. We have a new moon in the sign of Sagittarius on the 19th of December. Now we do have the Sun and Venus. They're going to be in a square with Saturn. Okay, so there might be some difficulty in speech between your colleagues and you, or maybe even with your siblings. And also, like I said, watch your health. Like, don't try to panic if there's something that you feel you said wrong. um, really take a break, think about it, and then revise your words, and you come back again and you talk things through. Okay. um yeah, so overall it's gonna be okay, and everything that comes up, I always say, is already something that wanted to come out, right? If there's nothing to worry about health wise, it will not show itself, right? Doesn't matter what the astrology says. If your health is good, your health's good. Nothing needs to come up. um yeah, there could be some conversations as well with your siblings. Okay, some life-changing conversations there. We have Capricorn season in the 4th house. So we have Mars, the Sun, and Venus in your 4th house. Mars is exalted in Capricorn. It's moving there in the 15th of December. The Sun on the 21st and Venus on the 24th. So this trio is going to be in the fourth house, and it's going to feel like you can't really sit still, especially not in your home. When you're with family, you kind of want to take actions. Or around Christmas, you're going to feel like, it's better to play some games, to do some walks together. If you celebrate it with family or if you celebrate it with friends, doesn't matter. It's better to do a bit more activities because people are not able to sit still, including you, Libra. Okay. Yeah, you might want to clean your house. You want to reorganize your place, maybe before you have visitors. You just want to change things in the house. Okay. So you're going to feel like redecorating. Maybe you want to decorate for Christmas. You want to get stuff done. Okay. A lot of things done in the house, fixes in the house. And for some of you, actually, that are in real estate or could be selling your house around this time. Okay. It's a weird time, but you might be able to sell your house. Might be some of you are even going to buy a house. If you're working from home as well, like sometimes work can keep going. So you're matching the holidays with working for some of you. Let me get you a card. My lovely, lovely Libras. Let's see what's okay. Well, we're talking about diet here, right? So some of you are gonna go for diet change, changing your diet. So maybe you're gonna leave something, more fruits, less of something, right? And that's gonna be triggered by this month. Well, for many people that works that way because there's so many holidays and things to celebrate in December. And we always overeat, overdrink a little bit. We have spiritual teacher. Well, it's just that you have this um your life purpose involves teaching others about healing and spirituality. So we have some people that want to be spiritual teachers. Okay, maybe want to teach other people, or in general just be like a mindful leader, like in the workplace, right? Because a spiritual teacher is not just someone that does astrology or work with cards or talk about spirituality. Like we need spiritual leaders in any type of business. Okay, so that's maybe something that you really want to apply in your day-to-day life, like wanting to have more empathy in the workplace. And it could be that you've seen the other extreme, right? And makes you want to feel like, I want to have empathy. You have Cancer in your 10th house for a lot of you with Jupiter there, for Libra rising especially. You want to give this warmth, this homey feeling in the workplace. Okay, I'm getting debt paid off. So there might be certain patterns or things that you worked on that you're finally paid off. So like a weight is going to lift off your shoulders this month. The old weight and habit of debt is lifted from your life. So maybe you've broken a big cycle there. Could be a family pattern or something that you really worked on actively, and that will create a lot of good things for you, my lovely Libra. So that was my message for you. If you want to participate in the giveaway, because I'm going to do another giveaway because I surpassed 12,000 subscribers and I'm so grateful for all of you supporting my channel, supporting my work. It really means so much to me. So if you could leave, if you want to participate and win a half an hour reading, leave a comment below. Capital letters giveaway and a message to the community, or a story you want to share or something you want to share. And I'm going to pick 2 people in January. So keep watching my videos. I'm going to announce them in the videos. And yeah, make sure you're a subscriber because, yeah, so you make sure that you can win one of the half an hour readings. So thank you so much, Libra. And until next time. So let's move on to Scorpio. So Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We have Sagittarius season in your second house. So this is a time for you to go after your money. So especially if you're doing anything, because Sagittarius is really outgoing energy. So put your enthusiasm in making money, especially if you're doing something related to sales or teaching or, commission based work. You can get extra money If you work for yourself, you can get extra clients, or you can just do really well in the job, and that might end up in you getting some kind of bonus, maybe some extra money as well. We have a full moon in Gemini on the 4th of December at 13 degrees, which is going to be in your eighth house. Okay. So some of you are looking into investment as well. Now we do have a square with the nodes. The north node is in the fifth, and the south node is in the 11th house. So make sure that you keep certain things to yourself, because some of your friends might ask for money. Okay, it's not a good time to do that. Okay, so make sure that you share your good news with people that are close to you and that really want the best for you. There might be some good news about investments and investment that you made, and you might want to give away something to even your children. Share some of your wealth with your children if you have any. We have a Grand Trine in water up until the 10th of December. Beautiful time. We have Mercury in your sign, Scorpio. So it makes you maybe a bit more talkative, right? Because Scorpio in general is not a very talkative sign, but we do have a lot of fire around the water. It's going to make you very magnetic when you speak. It's trining Saturn and Neptune in the fifth house. Now, Saturn went direct last month, end of November. Neptune is stationing direct on the 9th of December. So we're going to have this beautiful flow of maybe you practicing certain skills. Maybe you're learning something. You're learning a certain skill, practicing that. There's also a trine with Jupiter retrograde in the ninth house. So some of you might be looking for a home abroad. Could be that you're looking to live abroad, traveling abroad. Maybe it could be to a place that you've already been before. You could be visiting family abroad, okay? Because Cancer is also related to family abroad and traveling. So this is a good month to travel, a good month to learn about skills, a good month for you to also have good conversations with your kids, with your partner, and really reconnect with them. You know, if you don't have kids, if you don't have a partner, this is just a time where you are going to be aligned with your creativity and the things that really matter in your life. Okay, but also it's a go-getting time for money, so don't forget that it's a great time to sell something to make money. Then on the 19th of December, we're going to have this new moon in Sagittarius at 28 degrees, also in your second house. Now, there are going to be square Saturn in the fifth, okay? So make sure that you don't make too impulsive decisions. Don't overspend money, okay? Too many presents or spending so much on your projects that you overcalculate it. So this is a time where you shouldn't be too impulsive. Now, Scorpio, you're not very impulsive in general, right? Because you're more, and don't get me wrong, I'm also a Scorpio, but more calculated in a way that you think about things. You do a lot of research before you think about certain things, but sometimes because of intensity and excitement, because Pluto can also be very extreme and intense, you could be swaying from, being very, very careful to suddenly like making a bit rash decisions. And Sagittarius season is not helping with that. Okay. So be careful with being a bit impulsive. And we have Capricorn season in your third house. Okay. Another beautiful time to travel. So some of you are going to travel. You could be traveling to your siblings as well by the end of the month. Maybe you're going to spend Christmas there. We have Venus in the third house in Capricorn on the 24th. We have the Sun after the 21st, and Mars exalted in Capricorn after the 15th, and it's going to be even stronger after the 20th because it's going to be square Neptune up until the 15th. Okay, so really good for practicing your skills. You're going to have very strong speech. So if you're on social media or you're a teacher, you're doing anything around this time, or you're giving certain talk, like it's going to stay and stick with people. Just be careful with not being too strong in your speech, okay? Because we have Mars here. But in the right way, it's yeah, your speech is gonna be connected to um yeah, people being very drawn to what you have to say. If you're in sales or you're a writer or something like that, you can really make a good statement that's gonna draw in people to you. Okay. But also definitely a month for traveling and doing activities. It's not a Christmas to sit still with your family, and it's better to do activities, and you would have like good conversations. You probably want to debate a little bit. Like, I don't approve. Like, I want to debate a little bit about certain subjects. Everybody's going to have these intense energies in a different place, okay? So, Scorpio, what do we have? Who do you need to forgive? So, there might be someone, and this could be family related because, yeah, you do have Pluto there, 2 degrees in the fourth house. So, it could be related to family. And if you're an early degree sun, moon, or rising, you're going to have a square with Pluto, okay? And I'm one of those people. So, who do you need to forgive, Scorpio? Is there someone that you, and I always say, not forget, but forgive, that is going to take off some baggage so you create space for something new? Like, you don't have to see someone. Sometimes forgiveness from a distance can also work, right? But it's more about you releasing anger because anger is going to get to your health and it's impacting you. So it's not about that you need to forget about certain situation because some things take time, long time, right? But it's about you letting go of the anger towards someone because when they are not in a place where they can see what maybe you see or have this clarity or have this frequency where they can overlook and see how they are maybe damaging other people, it's not something you can do anything about. But holding on to anger is not going to help. So it's a great time to let go. Okay. Because I'm getting healing, healed, healer. So it's a great month for healing as well, like healing and letting go of old pain and old anger that might be coming from your parents or your ancestors, right? We have the fourth house is also mother. It's in Aquarius, so friends, certain friends that maybe haven't dealt with certain situations very well and hurt your feelings. But the best is to move on and to create something really good, right? Because when you have space, you can create beautiful new things. And when you hold on to anger, you're actually going to give them exactly what they want if they really want to hurt you. So it's better to move on. I'm getting a birthday, like there might be a really prominent birthday this month. This could be yours if you're a rising or moon, or you're going to have a certain birthday that is going to give you a lot of clarity. Practice, practice, practice. So good month to practice your skills if you're into writing or um, speaking in a certain way, or your communication is directly related to your work, like you're practicing your skills, maybe even singing, like some of you could be singers and you could improve a lot this month, have a very very powerful voice. Okay, so that would be my message for you, my lovely lovely Scorpio. If you want to participate in the giveaway that I'm doing, write capital letters giveaway and a message to the community, or you want to share a story, or you want to share something on the platform, then yeah, share that and I will pick 2 winners in the month of January. So keep an eye on my videos. Make sure you're a subscriber as well. Okay. So wishing you all the best, my amazing Scorpio. Happy Christmas and a happy new year. So let's move on to Sagittarius. So this is for everyone who has Saturn, Sagittarius. Let's not start with this heavy planet, okay? Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. First of all, happy birthday for my amazing Sagittarius who have their birthday in the month of December. This is a beautiful time to manifest, okay? When your sun is on your sun, you can really draw a lot of beautiful things to you and put your wishes into the world. Now we have the sun, we have Mars, and we have Venus in your first house. So this is a time where you're going to feel a bit of intensity, enthusiasm, especially the beginning of the month is going to be a great, great time for you. It's time to have fun. It's time to enjoy. Good for movement because we have Mars here. So do some sports, activities, have fun. We have a full moon in the sign of Gemini on the 4th of December. If you're single, this is a very good time to look out and open your eyes. Okay, this is a timing where you could meet someone new. So make sure to look around and see what is out there. If not, you could be having a great time with your partner. You could be having a lot of fun. We do have a square with the node. So the south node is in the 10th house and the north node is in the 4th house. So make sure to find balance between you, your partner, your work, and your family. Okay. Now Saturn is in the 4th house. So it could be that family situation is a little difficult. Now we have a Grand Trine in water up until the 10th of December. So this is really going to smooth out a bit the situation in your family, okay? Because we have Mercury in the 12th house in Scorpio, okay? So you might feel a bit more shy beginning of the month. You have a lot of fun, but it's like you just experience it more calmly, if that makes sense. And it's in a trine with Saturn, now direct since end of November, and Neptune goes direct on the 9th of December. And it's trining in the 4th house, and then in the 8th house we have Jupiter. Okay, Jupiter retrograde. Now this is a very spiritual alignment as well. So we're gonna have this weird time where you're going to feel like you want to really rush and move forward, and there's this time where you're going to reflect and get a lot of insights. Okay, so make sure to combine fun with maybe some meditation. There could be some news about a mortgage, housing situation. Okay, any type of housing situation, loans. There might be something coming forward, some clarity there on things that you can take action on. Okay. There might be some things still kind of unspoken when it comes to your mother, maybe things you want to talk about or thinking about talking about. Okay. There could be some clarity coming up, and you're going to wait for the right moment to talk about a certain situation. There could be some news about certain investments. Now we do have still Jupiter retrograde. Like it's better to do new investments after Jupiter stations direct. Okay. But this is a time to introspect and to see which would be the best investments for you to make. Okay. Or you're looking at houses, but it's not the right time to move yet, especially when Saturn is still in the 4th house. Better to wait until Saturn is in the 5th house, out of your 4th. We have a new moon in the sign of Sagittarius, well, in your sign at 28 degrees. So you're going to be highly impacted if you're around 28 degrees Sagittarius, Sun and rising. And this new moon is going to be in your 1st house. So again, there's this kind of this fresh excitement, but it's going to be in a square with Saturn and Neptune. So we're going to have again kind of feeling that maybe your family is holding you back a little bit, or you want to do something and they're going to be like, are you sure? Shouldn't you really think about it? Take your time. So it's the midway that's the correct way. So don't make hasty decisions or impulsive decisions, but also don't let yourself hold back completely. Okay. But if you want to move, wait. This is a time to look where you want to move, but not a time for actually taking action, because Saturn can create a lot of difficulty there. Okay. It could be that you're just feeling kind of not fully in alignment with your family around this time. Okay. We have Capricorn season in your 2nd house. So it's weird, but yeah, it is a good time for making money. So if you keep working, by the end of the month, you could get a lot of sales. Maybe even you are having a business that is going really well about around the Christmas time, okay? But you can get a bonus, even like some of you get a commission or a bonus, or like a 13th month payment. So there could be extra payment coming in and you're looking into investments. Just look very carefully, okay? If that's something you want to do, where you're going to put your money, okay? So just find clarity there. But it's a really go-getter month. Just make sure that you really consider before you take action on something. But a very, very, especially the beginning of the month, it's going to be so much fun. It's going to be such a great time. After that, also very good, but take it one step at a time. By the end of the month, great time for business, okay? Now let me get you a card, my lovely Sag. Let me get you a card. Emotional healing. Okay. So we're getting travel. Like some of you are traveling. Um, yeah, going home. Some of you are going to go home for Christmas. An upcoming trip proves to be life-changing in positive ways. Like some of you are planning a trip also in January because that will be in Aquarius season, okay? End of January or February for some of you. I'm getting emotional healing. So there's just a lot going to come up this month because we're gonna have a square with the sun and with Venus from your sign, right, to Saturn in the fourth. So a lot of emotional healing can happen when it comes to your family. Things that become clear to you that gonna bring you a lot of healing and peace. Okay, so don't ignore it. As your heart heals of old emotional pain, you receive new blessings and love. Okay, so letting go of some kind of anger and pain, especially regarding the mother, because that's fourth house, but can be family in general. You open the doors for new blessings to come, right? Then we have vegetarian. I got this for a lot of people. So maybe you're thinking about becoming vegetarian or reducing the amount of meat and fish. Like I said, there is no judgment on this channel. You eat what is best for you and what your body is asking for. So you might be changing your diet around this month, okay? Yeah, usually around Christmas, people always start to think about dieting because we're eating so many bad stuff or eating too much, right? But yeah, you might be thinking about changing your diet and eating more plant-based or at least eating more vegetables, okay? Now, that is my message for you, my amazing Sagittarius. If you want to participate in my giveaways, I'm going to do 2 half-an-hour reading giveaways. If you want to participate, leave a comment below, capital letters giveaway, and a message for the public or for the community, or a story, or a story. It's still Mercury retrograde filming this video, or a story that you want to share to the public. Okay, make sure you're a subscriber, and in January I'm going to announce in my video who's going to be the winner, the 2 winners of the reading. Okay, so thank you so much. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, wishing you an amazing December. Bless you so much, Sagittarius, and also have a happy birthday for the ones that have their birthday in December. It's going to be a lovely month. Thank you so much, and until next time. So let's move on to Capricorn. So this is for everyone who has sun, moon, and rising sign in Capricorn. Now we have Sagittarius season in your 12th house. So you're kind of preparing for your season, right? This is a time where you kind of get to rest, where you relax a little bit. This is time also to focus on your health because we have this full moon in Gemini on the 4th of December in your 6th house. So time for maybe catching up with some work. This is time to really also relax a little bit and take care of yourself. Take a bath, do some creativity behind the scenes, read your favorite book. This is time not to run too fast, okay? Very soon, a lot of intense planets are going to be in your sign. So take the beginning of the month as kind of like a relaxation, not going too fast. We have a Grand Trine in water up until the 10th of December. So Mercury is in Scorpio in your 11th house. It's trining Saturn now direct. And on the 9th of December, Neptune is going to be direct as well. It's trining those planets in the 3rd house. and Jupiter is retrograde in the seventh house. Okay, so it's a beautiful time to spend with your friends, with your partner, both your partner and your friends together. Okay, yeah, read your favorite book. We do have Saturn there, so if you're studying anything, you might be one to read few times over because Saturn wants you to put in some effort, but this Grand Trine in water is going to help you. Okay, there might be some good communication as well with your siblings, something that gives a bit more clarity in the situation. Okay, so a beautiful time to relax, enjoy time with your friends, take it easy, connect with yourself first. Then we have a new moon in Sagittarius on the 19th of December, also in your 12th house at 28 degrees. And we also have a square, right, with the sun and Venus square Saturn. So whatever comes up around this time is our subconscious feelings that are coming to the surface. Maybe insecurities about communication. Maybe, like I said, things with your siblings that need to be resolved might be coming up. You could be going on a trip and just relaxing. And in this trip, you're going to get so much clarity on certain situations. Maybe your subconscious fears. Maybe you didn't know that there were hidden fears that stopped you from going after the things that you want. Okay, this could be relationships, this could be a certain job, but relaxing and eating healthy at the beginning of the month is going to bring in more clarity in life. Okay, then we're gonna have your season. So for every sun sign Capricorn, I'm gonna wish you a happy birthday. It's a beautiful time to manifest, right? Because your sun is transiting over your sun. So this is a beautiful time to send in the world your wishes. And it's important to be very clear about them, that you know what you want to go after. We have the sun from the 21st in your sign. Mars from the 15th is exalted in your sign. So it's going to give you a boost of energy, especially after the 20th, because before that, we're going to have Mars in a square with Neptune. So this is going to create maybe a bit more fogginess in what direction to go. And we have Venus also in the first house. So it's a beautiful time. Like you have this very magnetic energy, Capricorn. You're going to be like, it's good to take action. So to do some sports. Some of you actually are just going to work around this time. It's hard to sit still. So it's best to celebrate Christmas with activities like play games, go for a walk. You're going to have so much energy that you kind of want to spend somewhere in your season. Okay. Very go getting energy. Jupiter is retrograde in the seventh house, so beautiful time also to spend with your partner. You might be having really deep conversations. So, overall, a very good month. Let me get you a card. Very active month. New home. Like some of you are thinking about moving. Now, I do have to say, if you're a Capricorn rising, okay, so check your rising sign if you're a Capricorn sun, but Capricorn rising, you're gonna have Saturn in your fourth house next year, okay? So if you move, it would be better before February. If you move with Saturn in the fourth house, you have to take into account that it's gonna take longer. The process is gonna take longer and might create some obstacles, okay? You might just be redecorating your home, making it more cozy, and really just preparing it maybe for visitors to come. Okay. So almost like a new home for you. Moving in with your partner for some of you, like some of you are going to move in with your partner because I'm getting the card marriage. It's a beautiful year to get married. Okay. Also next year, especially after Jupiter stations direct on the 9th of March. So you might get proposed to for some of you, okay, Capricorn? Might meet someone new this month. So, because, yeah, you might go to a Christmas party and meet someone that, you know, is gonna be attracting. I'm losing my words. I'm sorry, Capricorn. I've been talking already quite a lot and it's Mercury retrograde, but I'm gonna finish your message because I think it's so important and it's such a good month for you. Healing, healed, and healer. So, yeah, you're very attractive. You might be attracting someone new. Healing, healed, healer. So, some of you are healers, okay? But in general, this will be a month where you can expect a lot of healing because you're getting so much clarity on certain situations. Working on your body, you might get good news about your health or health situation, okay? Maybe this new diet that you're having is going to help you. Uh, Healing from old pains, bringing up subconscious feelings that you didn't know were there are going to help you heal. And I'm getting like everything that you're asking for becomes reality in summertime. Okay, for some of you it is summertime right now, depending on where you're located, but it could be that you're wishing for something now and it's going to happen like next summer. Okay, something will be happening next summer, could also be planned, like maybe you're starting a new project, new job, or something like that. So it's time for preparation now, but definitely the end of the month, you're going to be so excited for so many things. So I'm sorry for the stuttering, Capricorn. Like sometimes that happens, but I hope my message came across a bit clear. Also, I'm doing a giveaway because I surpassed 12,000 subscribers on my channel. I'm so grateful for all of you. And because I want to share my gratefulness to all of you, um, you can participate by leaving a comment below, give away capital letters, and then also a message that you want to share with the community and that you want to share with other people. Okay. So thank you so much for watching, for being here, for being so patient with me because I'm stuttering a little bit, but I'm doing my best. So thank you so much. I'm wishing you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and all the best to you. Let's move on now to Aquarius. So Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. For you, we have Sagittarius season in your 11th house. So this is a great time, really a fantastic time, Aquarius, to have some fun. Enjoy your time, connect with your friends. You have Sagittarius on the cusp of the 11th house, so it's ruled by Jupiter. So this is really a wonderful time to just enjoy yourself. On this full moon, we have a full moon in Gemini, which is in your 5th house. A wonderful time for creativity. Maybe you're doing a workshop and you're meeting all these like-minded people. Maybe you're doing a, I don't know, a workshop with your friends where you're gonna do some hobbies together, like painting, and enjoy this time. Whatever how you want to spend your time, is important that you enjoy yourself. We have a Grand Trine in water. Mercury is in the 10th house. It's trining Saturn now direct. And Neptune it went is going direct on the 9th of December. And it's also trining Jupiter in the 6th house. So there could even be new job opportunities at the beginning of December, okay? Or good news regarding work. Maybe some breakthrough research that really impressing your colleagues, impressing people at work. Okay, so it's a great time for work, a good time for yeah, even there could be some breakthrough when it comes to money. Just make sure that you don't overspend or make not so good decisions with investments, because the south node is in the 8th house. We have this full moon squaring the nodes, so be careful with your money and how you spend it. Okay, but yeah, extra money could be coming in, and especially if you've done a lot of hard work this year, there is a reward coming for some of you. Okay, in the workplace. Now, on the 19th of December, there's going to be a new moon in Sagittarius at 28 degrees. So again, time to have fun. However, between the 10th and the 24th, we're going to have some squares with Neptune and Saturn, between Venus and Sun and Saturn. Okay. And Saturn is in the 2nd house. So you might sometimes feel a bit um, like Saturn will teach you or show you where maybe in your friend group you sometimes feel not very valued. And this will come up after the 10th. Okay, and it will be gone around the 20th, this energy, but you would feel like maybe you're not fully belonging in your friend group, or you feel not fully seen. Okay, it could be some trouble as well with your friends or an organization and money, so be careful where you spend your money on. Okay, and who you spend your money on as well, that you're not lending money to friends that maybe you don't really want to. So be very clear on what is it you want to spend. Okay. Then we have Capricorn season on the 21st. Venus is going to move on the 24th, and Mars on the 15th. Okay, Mars is exalted in Capricorn, but they are in your 12th house. Okay, this is a time for you to relax. It's a very intense planetary alignment, so most people are going to be very restless. I think you're going to be the calmest around Christmas, but this can also lead to like internal frustration, or maybe some intensity or gossip behind the scenes, like things are not very clear to you what is happening. Like something might be happening during Christmas, or with the people around you, and you're not fully seeing that. Okay, this could also be in the workplace by the end of the month, or related to like father situation. So don't worry, it will come to the surface, okay? Especially in your season, you will get more energy also. So second part could also mean bit less energy. It's a good time for slow movement sports like yoga, tai chi, qigong, swimming, walking in nature, right? Because we're talking about Capricorn. Capricorn loves to be in nature. It's the earth element. So walking in nature, not too intense. Like don't go too intense with your sports. Um, yeah, so great time for relaxation. Did I say? Let me get you a card, Aquarius. Let me get you a card. Some of you might be working during the holiday. If you're working in a hospital, right? Or in a prison, you might be working by the end of the month. Doesn't have to be exactly during Christmas. And admit your true feelings to yourself. So when there's a lot of planets in the 12th house, this is also a time to kind of spend some time alone sometimes. Make sure that you have some time by yourself. Be honest with yourself. Only you know what it is that you truly desire. So it could be something that you're not honest to yourself about, like something you really want. And you could be saying to other people, nah, that's not what I want. This could be a relationship, which people ask, if you're single. Like when I was single and people would ask me about relationships, it's like, oh, and did you meet someone? And someone told me once, and I think this is so true. Like when you're single, people ask when you're meeting someone. When you meet someone, they ask, when are you going to move in together? When are you going to get married? When you're married, they ask when you're going to have children. Like sometimes people don't want to have children or don't want to have a relationship or all these things, right? So, yeah, I've been through the different stages. Well, I don't have children yet, so I haven't been in that stage. And we're not married, but yeah, because I'm one of the few people that commitment is commitment to me. I don't have a need a paper to really prove that, but for some people that would be considered weird. Like if, for example, there would be children in the future, obviously we might need to get married, but if you're sure, you're sure. Don't need the commitment of that. But I mean, it's everyone on his own. That's what I'm saying. Like, nobody needs to judge, because what you want is not what other people dream about or want, right? Anyways, I'm making a big story, but I'm sure some of you are resonating. Like, what works for others doesn't work for you. Daughter, like some of you have a daughter and you're reconnecting with your child. How can I forget? We have this full moon in Gemini in the fifth house. So yeah, reconnecting with your children. Maybe some of you are trying for a child as well. Okay, this could be a daughter or a son. I mean, that doesn't matter. So connecting with your children is going to be important this month as well. Connect with nature. What did we just talk about? Like have some walks in nature. That's going to be so good. That's going to do you very, very well, Aquarius. So yeah, I'm gonna leave the message at that. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to participate in my giveaway, I'm gonna do two half an hour readings. I'm gonna give away two, not two, two. If you want to participate, write capital letters giveaway and a message to the community. So something you want to share, something that maybe a story about yourself that you want to share. And I'm going to pick 2 people in January. I'm going to announce them in the video in January. So make sure you're subscribed because this is going to be for the subscribers. And maybe I'll talk to you on Zoom one day. So thank you so much for being here. I'm wishing you an amazing December, Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year. And until next time. So let's move on to Pisces. So Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. For you, we have Sagittarius season in your 10th house. So the beginning of the month is going to be great for business. We have Mars there, we have the Sun there, and we have Venus. So this is a time for work, and there might actually be good news about work. Some of you might be even changing jobs, okay? Especially up until the 10th, it's a great time for career, business, and you might get really good news about that as well, okay? We have a Grand Trine in water, which is amazing for you. We've had that in November. Now we're shifting to Mercury, and Mercury is in Scorpio in the 9th house. So some of you are definitely traveling as well. Maybe you're traveling for work even. And it's trining with Saturn now direct in the 1st house, and Neptune is going to station direct on the 9th of December. And it's also trining Jupiter in the 5th house. So some of you are thinking about expanding your family, having more kids. It's a beautiful time to travel with your kids as well. Your responsibility is going to feel a bit less heavy, okay? So the retrograde is over. You're going to feel like you want to move forward more. So all the rewards of hard work from the upcoming year can be coming your way, okay? Especially when it comes to career. Good news about career. Traveling is very good, especially up until the 10th. We have a full moon in the sign of Gemini, okay, at 13 degrees in the 4th house. So some of you are moving for work, even like moving to a different location, um, connecting with family, sharing good news about work, okay? If you're in real estate, also a very good time, or you're a home designer, um, if you're in the travel business as well, or a teacher, there's all good news coming, okay? It's a very, very lovely time for you. We have a new moon in the sign of Sagittarius as well. So also in the 10th house at 28 degrees. But we do have mid-month, we're going to have Saturn in a square with the Sun and Venus, okay? So there might be some insecurities. Like imagine you're getting this promotion, or you're having a lot of clients coming your way, and you suddenly feel like, oh, I don't know if I can do this. So some insecurities might be coming up that you didn't know were there. Like sometimes people envy people who are very successful, but actually there's so many other pressures that come with being successful. Imagine running a huge business, and sometimes I see in the comments like, oh, people are rich and have a lot of money, have it easy. Really, I'm coaching different people in all kinds of levels. Everybody has obstacles, okay? Yes, it's true that some people are in a good time, and some people are in a heavier time. 100% true. There is a difference in karma, right? In obstacles. So some people have it easier than others, but literally, if you have more responsibility, sometimes people get jealous. So you also get that on top of all the other responsibilities. So yeah, the result is more money, but it's not like you can chill, right? So each stage in life comes with different responsibilities and different things, right? If you're having a child, that might also be another responsibility, right? That people say, oh, this person has amazing children. Yes, but you also have to be responsible for them, right? So your responsibilities will be rewarded, but yeah, it can come at the cost of maybe more time you're putting into that. You're going to be quite busy, okay? It's going to be quite a month where maybe you have a Christmas party for work, and then you're meeting with friends. So it's quite a busy month. Very extrovert month, because also Capricorn season is going to be in your 11th house. We're going to have the Sun, Mars, and Venus in the 11th house. So end of the month is good for meeting with friends, meeting up with your community, any kind of community that you're hanging out with. You might do some fun stuff with them, fun things. Mars is exalted in Capricorn. After the 15th of December, will be in Capricorn and will be stronger after the 20th. Okay, before that, it's going to be in a square with Neptune, so it's going to make things a bit more idealistic. But actually, because it's in the 11th house with friends, it can just be that you want to do creative things with your friends, like paint, or you could be hiking with your friends, right? We have this really intense energy that you want to be active. And you probably want to go out with your friends after you're meeting your family when you're younger. I used to do that as well. So I know some of you might be wanting to do that. And just a lovely, lovely month for you. But make sure to stay active, even with Christmas, okay? Do games with your family because there's so much intensity. Otherwise, it's going to escalate. Like, no one wants to relax and sit down. Not really, because Mars and the Sun are very active. So, create a program where you can be active and have fun together, okay, Pisces? Really beautiful month for you. Yeah, this full moon in Gemini is in a square with the nodes. So balance, your partner and you in the right way. Like, don't mm, think too much about yourself or go too much towards partnership. If you're in a relation or if you're single, okay, this is just going to be a lovely time to have fun, right? Jupiter's in the fifth house. So, yeah, you could be meeting someone new, but it's not a time to be impulsive because Saturn in a square with the Sun and Venus is going to hold you back in some ways. So, I'm getting travel. So, some of you are definitely traveling this month. Like, if you are a vlogger, right, you might be making an amazing video with Sagittarius there in the 10th house, right? Some of you Pisces ascendants are vloggers. You're going to make a beautiful video, okay? It's going to do very well for a lot of you. Patience, please. Not too quick. Don't make rush decisions. We have so much intensity, but also Saturn is going to say, slow down, okay? We have let go. So maybe as you surrender, the need to control your relaxed energy rapidly attracts your desires. So it's about not controlling too much, do your planning, but also be flexible because we have water, we have fire. By the end of the month, we have Capricorn energy that's more about maybe controlling, but still let things flow, especially at the beginning of the month. And good things can then come to you, my lovely Pisces. So that's my message for you. Thank you so much for watching. I so appreciate you. I'm doing a giveaway. I surpassed 12,000 subscribers. So if you want to participate, I'm going to give away 2 half-an-hour readings to 2 people. So 1 half-an-hour reading for each person. So write capital letters giveaway with a message for the community. Some beautiful story you want to share, please. I would love to hear your stories. I want to make it a platform where people can share certain stories and, yeah, make it a community. And in January, I will announce the winners. So make sure that you're also subscribing to my channel and have a look at my video because I'm gonna announce it in January. So wishing you all the best. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and bless you, my lovely Pisces. Bye bye.